Hear ye, the Ultimate Typing Championship is returning after 10 years. For the first time, I heard rumors of this a few months ago and also a couple years ago. There was one time they were thinking about doing a live event in New York, but it didn't happen. This contest is entirely online if you haven't heard of it. It is going to be held, I mean if you're watching me you've probably already heard of it, but it's going to be held on a Twitch stream on August 22nd, and the qualifying is going on right now. Let me turn on the display capture and then minimize this. Here are the top 25 users. Czech is the fastest burst typist, and at this point I expect him to win because, well, we're even in competition so far, I guess. I mean, I beat him 60% of the time, 65% of the time, something like that on Type Racer. I then lost the clicking championship to him, but won the semifinals of the first typing match. I averaged 184 words per minute in that tournament in March. However, Czech has significantly improved in recent months and averaged 191 words per minute in June. I think in the last 2 months, Czech has overtaken me in average speed, so I expect he's going to win this. But I am surprised Izzy, because he usually doesn't burst as well as I do. I'm surprised that he beat me here, and also in the preliminary round got a higher score. I'm not getting the 200s like I often do. This is a much bigger deal than the first one, at least financially. The first prize is $5,000 instead of $500, and they're giving a lot more prizes away. The top 25 participants all get keyboards this time, as you can see here. The site does not work as well as it did in 2009. In 2009 it was going for more of a Type Racer vibe. Now it's going for more of a Nitro type vibe. You can see on TypeRX that they've added a lot of features that are similar to Nitro type. There are teams with those little bracketed abbreviations like that. There's all sorts of weird situations like this where scores are being registered twice. I've had that happen 3 or 4 times. Basically everybody has. I invited some of the old timers back to compete in this. Most notably Jelani Nelson, who invited me to participate in the first one before he dropped out himself because he was unwilling to give up the rights to share his identity back then. But I invited him and he came back. I also invited Mako, who's probably going to do it, Kukain, who probably isn't, and Eric Chung and Benjamin Dickman, who seem to be kind of on the fence. Eric was the fastest typist like 15 or 20 years ago, but I'm not sure he'd make the list now. I mean, even Jelani is behind a lot of people. A couple of these, I believe, are cheaters. Just Testing and Jonas98. Just Testing, I mean, it's obvious that person's cheating. Jonas98, though, is subtler, but those are pretty low accuracies to get that kind of consistent results. Note that all the scores are within 15 words per minute of each other. Now take a look at somebody who definitely isn't cheating, and see how the scores bounce all over the place. Check had 72 words per minute between back-to-back races. I had gaps of 30 in there. A lot of people are quitting races quickly to maximize their highest scores, since these averages are based on the top 30 races. So if you get a race that you don't think is in your top 30, you might as well quit. I'm trying not to quit, but there are all sorts of weird glitches that led me to, like, there was one race where I got the European apostrophe that had a different shape, and I don't know how to type that, so I had to bail out of it. And there was another race where a couple of races I was in where the stoplight suddenly appeared again in the middle of the race, and you can't type anything, it doesn't register anything, so I have to quit out of those, but I'm trying not to quit out of races. Apparently the scores are going to be, they're going to take your average speed times your accuracy and count that as your score. So this would be 164.8 times 0.998 or whatever, and apparently the text will be 1 to 2 minutes long. A lot of these were submitted by users, so a lot of them had a lot of spelling and grammatical errors. It probably wasn't a good idea to accept quotes from users, because many of these are bad, but Izzy had a wild range too, 73 words per minute between back-to-back races. That's why Jonas here does not look convincing to me, because the races are so close. And also, if the races are that close, I mean, I can see somebody like Aaron Adams doing this, but Aaron would also have like 5 of those 10 races be 100% accuracy. Anyway, I'm going to do 25 races now, or up until I pass Izzy, whichever comes first. And there are always good people online, and constantly. Jesse Garcia, for one. I've competed against him a lot on type racing. Semicolon ... is annoying. Control A works on this, but the shift home that I usually use does not, so that's probably one of the reasons I'm slower here than others will be. Wow, Jesse came closer than he usually does to me. And alright, I get nothing out of that, since I'm sure my top 30 races were better than that. Jesse probably, but I'll give him a chance to beat me rather than failing. It would be unfair of me to fail and deny him his win, which he did just win by a lot. Yeah, I mean, I did not feel good today. I took my temperature a couple of times and it was very low, 95 something. My metabolism is shot because of my eating disorder, I guess. Yeah, I know way I'm feeling. Maybe I'm not even going to get any races in my top 30 if I race today. Check if you get 50 words for any race. Oh, man. I mean, yes, it's a cliche of me to always be significantly slower in first races of a day. One of the weird things about this is how it lets you beat a robot if you're close enough at the end. That's how you can tell who the robots are. There was already 5 races. I didn't get a score at all. It was all in one of them counted twice. That's annoying. You never know what it's going to count twice. My error is over. I mean, I know I've said that many times, but I think this time it's true. And I really should be writing. I mean, I just keep not achieving anything there. This is a new keyboard though, this could be part of it. My mom spilled soda in the previous keyboard, and it affected the A key, the caps lock, and the shift, not a whole lot else, but I switched to this other keyboard I had with my new computer that I didn't use. I don't blame that entirely though, I think it's more me, but I always think it's more me, so that's typical. Yeah, man. Eight races and nothing better than 170. Now I know that this is like 20 words per minute slower for almost everyone than they're actually typing, but I'm sure I'm in the top 25 now, and I don't know if I even want a higher position, because then I'll face better competition. Jesse beat me twice today. It was my highest race and it was a loss. Stolen quote from Type Racer. I mean, it's literate. Maybe it's the keyboard. I mean, as long as I make the top 25 and get their keyboard. What's going on? I actually got a good score there and it's not going to count. Okay, it counted. Good. Yeah, but compare this to Czech's average and it's concerning. Alright. Did I go up a little at least? Yes, a little. But I'm not going to pass Izzy. I mean, Izzy's getting good scores faster, and that concerns me too. I might even make the finals. I might even get the $500. Well, that raised my average a bit. Probably not that average though. I looked for potential 200, but then I lost it. Yep. I could tell that it was that close to 200, but not. Alright, I still got some ability to feel my speeds, although it's not something I've never been very good at. Alright, I started this late. I'm gonna abandon that. I don't really know what I think my count was 14, but I shouldn't keep count and then end up abandoning. I'd like a quote like this in the silence. I probably would have lost their answer because I was talking, probably. That was something like 16 races. I thought I should have gone up for that 198 race. Yes, I did gain from the 198 race. It took a while to see it because it's every 5 days. 5 minutes, I mean. Oh, that's what I would have loved to repeat or see again. I could 200 that if I didn't. I mean, I think that's all on Tigers. I could 200 that if I didn't make a mistake. But I don't think I've 200'd anything yet. And check is a 200 average, it scares me. I'm still having some good races. I mean, it's not like anybody would sweep me, but I don't feel like I can compete. I mean, maybe if Chuck and I are on the same keyboard, I can compete. Maybe this is a bad keyboard. I don't know. I always want to blame everything on me, though, and I know that once you say you're going to lose, then you live up to it or whatever. I know that's a cliche. But I do kind of like being the underdog. I hope the fact that I'm trying to type through those is going to help me in the actual finals. Funny what I typoed in that and what I didn't. Messed up on all the easy words, got through all the hard words. I think that was already like 23 races, and I mean, I barely raced at all. Here's a possibility. I just can't wait for the easy ones. I'm probably already on 25 races since I started Miami. Nothing is satisfying me at all. That was much faster than that. I just got a late start that I didn't realize was a late start, I guess. Well, I've got another Sean in here and a Shauna. I am not fast at correcting because of Control A, which I am not used to using. That's another problem. Oh man. I mean, yeah, tonight I'm closer to Jesse than I am to Shaq. I'm still better than Jesse, but on type racer he does not beat me this much. I wonder if I should try just backspacing every time. I know everybody else is using Control A. I am not fast at that though because I never use it on Type Racer. I mean, that's good at least. But I don't think I've gotten a 200 since the competition has started. I got one, I think, in the preliminary rounds. Well, not preliminary rounds, after the site opened, before the contest started, but I haven't gotten a 200 since, and Chuck's averaging 200. That might have been it. Nope. Alright. 2 good scores in a row, though. Should I be greedy and try for a 200? Yeah, alright. I can't even tell when the race is starting if I'm doing these multiple tabs. Maybe I'll just stop when I break 190. This will not be disgraced. Check lost power in Tropical Storm Isaias, I guess. I did not. So that's why Check isn't here with me, which he probably would be otherwise. I tend to make the same error twice a lot. No, it's freaking so slow. I mean, some of it might be the keyboard, because I'm not used to using this keyboard. That's faster than it felt like it was. I actually wish I could click to fix the typos. I get why people are leaving. I might enjoy this. Once again, I mess up on the easy words. Maybe I am typing easy words too fast. That table was not my fault, because I'm sure the actual quote was some years ago, not some years of age. I have not read Moby Dick, it just doesn't make any sense. See, I do not make the errors on the keystrokes people would expect. We might expect that the semicolon ... stuff, that's where I would mess up, but no. Easier words than that. Consistently. I'm sorry, shorter words. Shorter words aren't always easier. I've done that research. didn't even get back to 190. And I still haven't had anything good enough to raise. Didn't capitalize carry there. And that time I got lagged and made it slower than it appeared. Oh, I did get up to 190. Although the 200's impossible since I am just not getting any 200 scores. I mean, I don't need to, but I think people expect me to be behind Shaq. They don't expect me to be behind Izzy. I mean, Izzy might be better than me now. I haven't really paid attention. Alright, I'll do 4 more until I go to 200. I'm gonna have 200 races with 1 200, which I like never do on type racing. I think this does favor people who are better at nitro type than those who are better at type racer, because the correction here is harder. Well, last one, I might as well just talk all the way through it because I'm not going to get a top 30 score on this. I know everybody else likes this movie, I don't. Although I do like the Hudsucker Proxy and Raising Arizona. I mean, a lot of people would say this was good, but no, it's bad. Maybe it is the keyboard. I mean, alright, what kind of keyboard is this? It is Dell KB212B. I don't even know what these things are. I mean, all those mechanical keyboard Reddit people, I couldn't tell you whether something's mechanical or rubber dome. Okay, that's what I thought. And I know I'm bad on rubber domes, so yeah, alright, maybe it is just the keyboard here, but whatever it is, I always blame myself. That's just how it goes. Yeah, I felt I needed to record a video at this point. I was really self-conscious after the last one because obviously I shared a lot about myself in the Recful video in addition to talking about Recful, and also there were those people going on about how cluttered the room is. Well, yeah, my mom kind of hoards, and I guess I did to a lesser degree, but I'd love to live more sparsely with about 10 to 20% of this stuff, but I'm too lazy to do anything about it at this point. I mean, I just end up reading stuff online, political articles or whatever, sometimes for hours, or just reading conversations people are having on Discords or whatever, and not even talking when I should be writing. I mean, I should probably be writing over doing this video. I mean, I've been home by myself all the time, and I don't end up writing. I just end up doing whatever, and I mean, I'm still on pace. I'm not technically behind on my writing, but keeping up with my pace enough. I don't know that I'm going to make that. I did get a couple of big interviews done with Noah Horn and Karen Kulakian, and I included Noah in my last book chapter last week at the last minute. Karen didn't get back to me until right after I'd submitted that chapter, but I'm going to try and update that. I think the real reason I'm going to lose may not even be because I'm washed up or I'm a bad keyboard or whatever, but simply because I don't have enough passion for it. I've never really enjoyed typing as much as most of my fans do or whatever, and admittedly I'm struggling to enjoy almost anything of late. And I mean, that's been for several years. The $5,000 would be nice, but I am not feeling it. Although if the quotes are as hard as last time, that benefits me and hurts check because I'm more accurate. And if they are as long as last time, that also helps. Then it might almost be a toss-up. But if they're anything as short or as easy as those quotes are, no way. Then again, if Czech has a keyboard advantage, I suppose that's conceivable. I do underachieve on rubber dome keyboards, I think, although I couldn't even tell you what one was. I have to look it up, as you see there. I mean, all these people know all these things about fancy keyboard switches. I could never afford that crap. I don't know what half that stuff means. And I have to look it up every single time. I always keep forgetting about the keyboard switches, what a brown switch is or whatever. It seems like everybody knows that automatically now, and it's like it was something I had never heard of until people started asking me what my keyboard switches were. I don't think it matters a lot, but oh yeah, a couple weeks ago, I apparently got enough subscribers or enough watched hours or something to to be eligible for YouTube's monetization program, so I could put up ads if I wanted to. I know I don't have very many subscribers, and it would just piss off and irritate the subscribers I do have, and I just don't have nearly enough to be making any serious kind of money from that, so I'm likely going to wait before until I'm bigger, whenever bigger, which I probably won't be, to monetize stuff, but I was added to the program if I want to do that. And now I will go to my Patreon and thank my new Patreon subscribers. I got a couple of new people. Jean-Jacques Duplessis, I remember him from some of the old Type Racer competitions back in 2011 or whatever.